A while ago, I was on a bus with this young British lady and we got talking. Somewhere in the conversation, I mentioned the story Jesus told about, the 10 virgins, the 5 wise and the 5 foolish in Matthew 25, 1-13. You know the story now, the 5 wise that had the extra oil while the other 5 didn't. And then this lady, she listened so intently and then she said something that stayed with me. She said something like, "That's why I'm happy I belong to the church of Satan. There are no extra requirements or rules. You ask for something that you want, they tell you what you have to give, and once you give it, you get what you want immediately. But this your story, this your own belief, it sounds wicked. Those 5 with extra oil, they were selfish. Why couldn't they just share the oil they had?" This her response hit me deeply. I felt so burdened. I wanted more time to talk with her, but she had to get off the bus. And ever since that day, that story has refused to leave my mind. There's something we often miss. Jesus wasn't just telling a story. He was actually giving a wake-up call. See, all the 10 of them were virgins, meaning that they had a history of purity. They all appeared prepared, but 5 still missed it. Why? This message that I'm about to share now is for those who think they are standing. The enemy is not chasing those who appear already lost at all. Instead, it's after those who think they are fine, those who think they have done enough and everything is okay. That's why the Bible warns us in 1 Corinthians 10 verse 12. It says that if you're feeling, I'm rephrasing it, that if you're feeling too confident and you're sure you're standing firm, be careful, because that might actually be a sign that you're on the brink of a serious fall. When the Bible in Ephesians 6:13, when it says that after you have done everything, you still need to do one more thing: stand. Have you ever pondered on what it means to actually stand? Jesus explained what it means to stand in a very simple and straightforward way. In Matthew 5:14, Jesus says that you are the light of the world. So, what keeps a lamp burning is the oil. Without this oil, the light goes out, So, no matter how ready you look, no matter your history, if there's no reserve oil, you will burn out. So, what exactly in our everyday life is this oil? This is where it gets real. This oil is not just about reading the Bible to tick a box. Instead, it's about meditating on the word till it shapes your thinking. It's about keeping that word alive in you, listening to it while you're driving, while you're doing your chores. There's audio Bible now in your quiet moment. This oil is about choosing God's will over your natural impulses. Asking yourself, if Christ were physically here, would I still do this thing I'm about to do? Will I say this thing I'm about to say? Will I listen to this thing I'm about to listen to? Will I watch this thing I'm about to watch? Having this oil is about fellowshipping with Him. This reserve oil is not just about church attendance, but real conversation with God, talking to Him, asking Him questions when you're not clear, being honest with Him. He's real and He responds. This oil is about dwelling in His love. This oil is about coming to terms with the truth that His love for you isn't performance-based. Just like my British sister was talking about how Satan does his own. Even when you fall short, he's still reaching out for you, not for condemnation, but for reconciliation. Even when these miracles are yet to materialize, you must know that His love is still there, because God's love is not performance-based. That's how Satan practices his own. Instead, it is for your complete and eternal transformation. It's not just for ephemeral satisfaction. See, your life as a light is not seasonal. It is your purpose. That is why you're here. It is a race that continues until your last breath. That's why in the Matthew 25:13 story, Jesus ends it by saying, keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour. Please, take heed. Don't be like the 5 who already looked ready, but they had no oil when it mattered. Stay filled, stay intentional. And finally, to that young British lady, I really pray that this post gets to her wherever you are. I truly pray that you encounter the love and truth of God. Have a beautiful day. Bye.